these 3 steps are going to take your agency from 0 to 20K a month. And if you follow along with this video, I'm going to even give you some key takeaways that you can implement straight away. So first of all, we're going to be looking at validation. You don't have a business if you cannot validate the market and you don't have the right proof of concept. So let's break down exactly how we can validate our agency and how we can start to achieve a viable offer. So first of all, we need a niche, okay? So pick one niche and double down on it. If you're struggling to pick your niche, just understand what is the industry pain point within that section. And if you don't know what niche to pick, then feel free to check out my other videos. In fact, I'll link it at the end of this video where I break down all of the hottest niches that you guys can pick. But the important thing here is pick one niche. Please do not try and niche test 500 different times. Every niche will make money. You just need to learn how to do it. And then you double down. Now, we're gonna have a simple offer. This might contradict some of the other people out there. And the reason why I say that, obviously, the more things that you add into your offer, the more money you are going to make. But we're talking that you're starting from ground zero and you're looking to try and get to 20K a month as quickly as possible. So we need a simple offer that the market understands, because if you're going to be talking about all these different AI automations, workflows, things like this, do you really think your ideal customer profile is going to understand it to a T? No. What we need to do is make sure that we're solving pain point, okay? That is the most important thing. So we've got a niche clarity and we're going to build a simple offer. An example of a simple offer might just be a lead generation system with a simplified workflow to ensure that the leads are nurtured from the top funnel, okay? Now, we're going to be talking about how you're going to have to change your messaging and your offer as you want to increase. But we're talking from ground zero here just to get something off the ground. Cool. Once we've signed a client, which I am going to go over acquisition machine, don't worry. But I want you guys to focus on manual fulfillment. So up from 0 to 20K or even 0 to 10K, you need to be doing the fulfillment yourself, because this is going to allow you to be able to build the SOPs, which we're going to talk about in a second. Okay, so manual fulfillment, you're going to do the work. Stop sacking your services and move with speed. So one of the biggest problems that a lot of beginner agency owners face is that they just don't start. And if that is you watching this video, make sure that you do, because it's really not that hard. You're better off making all of the mistakes than not starting and just wondering what could happen if you were to run an agency, right? If you're looking for that financial freedom, location freedom, time freedom, the agency model is fucking incredible for it. And you can incorporate things like AI whenever you want to, right? Which is really cool. So we're going to move on to an acquisition machine. Now, this is your baby, okay? You do not have a business if you do not have clients. So we need to look at the key objective here, which is predictable and reliable acquisition system. And how are we going to build this? So first of all, outbound, cheap, okay? Really fucking cheap. Email marketing, LinkedIn, cold calling, DMs, Loom, even canvassing. If you don't know what canvassing is, that's essentially going to these businesses and pitching to them face-to-face direct. Now, I appreciate that some of you guys don't want to do canvassing. That's fine. Don't do it. But the point is, outbound should be firing at all times. And also, if you are watching my videos and you are at 20 to 30K a month, please don't stop outbound, because inbound's a lot easier. You need to have multiple channels of acquisition. Cool. Inbound system. Then, once you've obviously got your outbound system in place, an inbound system needs to be set up. So we're going to be looking at the offer and the messaging like we discussed up here, okay? Nice, simple offer. We're then going to create some ads. Now, it's either going to be a lead magnet funnel or a landing page funnel, okay? That's then going to take them to a Calendly or the GHL calendar, it doesn't matter, but like a calendar, so they can book a call. There's going to be a simplified workflow. You're then going to appointment set them and you're going to get them on a one-call close. It's as simple as that, okay? Do not overcomplicate things. The people that overcomplicate the acquisition methods are the people that sit there with no clients, okay? If you're building 700 different SOP documents right now about how to sign a client and different workflows, X, Y, Z, that's why you don't have clients, okay? All this takes is an hour and maybe an hour and 45 minutes of your time, okay? You can follow my free course that I have in my school community or even on my YouTube, where I break down exactly how to start an agency super quickly. The ones that don't start are the ones that fucking wait for success, and success doesn't happen if you wait for it, okay? Cool. So you've got an outbound acquisition system. Again, set this up. Inbound system, set this up. If you want to know how to set up an inbound system, I'm also going to plug my co-founder's YouTube channel in here, Zub. He's great at setting up these inbound systems, so make sure you check that out. Organic, right? Long form organic is really good. So the reason why I say long form is short form takes a lot of time and it doesn't necessarily convert as well, okay? So make sure you're doing some long form YouTube content about your industry and make sure that you have a landing page that you're going to funnel that traffic into. For example, I run a coaching and consulting business called Client Capital. If you do want access to our free training video, then I have put a link in the description. And if you do want to be mentored by me, and I've mentored over 150 agency owners just like you, then you know what to do. Book a call. But that's the same type of concept. I only have 260 subscribers at the moment as the time of recording this video, and I get a lot of leads. Why? Because I make industry leading content, okay? You need to do the same thing. Build conversion assets, okay? Case studies, testimonials. The key thing here is this: the more calls you get, the more clients you will get. So I want you to aim for a minimum of 5 calls per day. And if we break that down by channels, well, if we have an inbound system, we could aim for 5 calls a day. If we have an outbound system running alongside the inbound system, we can aim for 5 calls a day. Organic's very hard to predict, but even if you aim for 1 call a week, okay, with organic to begin with, that's okay. And look, with all of these channels, it's so easy to get 5 calls a day. Even if you're shit at closing and you have 100 calls a month with a 10% close rate, you're still going to close. And a 50% sharp rate, you're still going to close 5 clients, right? This is simple. It's simple maths. Just make sure you do the volume. Cool. Then we need a delivery engine, okay? So this is where, as we've started to scale and you want to do that, you've done the manual fulfillment, you understand how to do the work, you are going to build SOP and systems, right? And with the reason why we're doing this is we're documenting it so it is repeatable, okay? If we can make sure that our systems are repeatable and they're documented to a T, that means we can hire fast, right? But as I put here, hire fast, but sales last. The last hire that you should make for your agency up until 20K a month is a closer. You should be doing this yourself, okay? The reason why is that ICP is bought into you and not your business. You have no brand yet, okay? So make sure that you are the person closing these deals. You don't want to lose revenue by passing off your work, okay? Till your calendar is completely fucking filled, you stick on sales, okay? Client experience, okay, build some upsells. This is at the point where you're at like maybe 5 to 10K a month. You're going to build some upsells and you're going to start to upsell your clients. This is where you can start to service stack, okay? So I said stop stacking services here when you first start out, when you're validating an offer. You've validated your offer, start adding to your services. Increase the opportunities that you can cross-sell and upsell to these clients. Then work on retention levels, okay? So over-communicate, not automate. And the reason why I say this is with AI being a massive thing at the moment, everyone's trying to automate absolutely everything. Be completely different by just doing the traditional communication with your clients, okay? Give them the love that they deserve and that they need, okay? This is gonna help you guys keep your clients for longer. Now, one of the most important metrics for client acquisition for agencies is LTV. It stands for lifetime value. And that is why we need to work on retention levers as much as possible. In fact, I will do a video breaking down some of the other retention levers that you can do. But this is just a quick fire video so you know how to go from 0 to 20K a month. Now, as I promised, if you stick around till the end, I'll give you some key takeaways. So the first thing, niche with a simple offer, okay? Simplistic offer, simple niche, okay? Double down on it. Move with speed. Stop waiting for success. You need to be taking action. You need to be able to start launching today. If you're watching my content, have it on in the background and start working on your agencies. Stop sitting on your ass. If this is the direction that you're going to take, you need to make sure that you have this acquisition machine in place, okay? And if you don't know where to start, then make sure you click the link below and watch my free training video. It's as simple as that. Now, more calls equals more money. So you need to aim for 5 calls a day that are qualified, okay? If we can get 5 qualified calls a day that show up, I promise you're going to be making 20 grand a month, okay? Even if you are the worst closer in the world, you're going to gain experience. You are going to make 20 grand a month, okay? You're going to increase your prices. You're going to increase your services. You're going to service stack. You're going to close more deals. You're going to get MRR. You are going to scale to 20K a month. Promise you. It happens really quickly once you get a good acquisition machine in place and a good delivery engine as well. Okay, cool. Now, you're going to build good conversion assets. So that means all of your case studies, all of your testimonials, you're going to actually compile them. A lot of people do have case studies and testimonials, but they don't use them to their full advantage. Make sure you're using them. SOPs and system processes before hiring, okay? So build these out before hiring. Don't make the mistake that I've made in the past and hire before you've got all of these systems and processes in place. That takes all of your time straight onto the new employee, and it fucks your time in terms of working on the business, okay? Then, deliver, upsell, retain, okay? Key thing here, deliver, then we're gonna focus on the upsell, we're gonna make more money, and then we're gonna increase that LTV, which is gonna be great. And the last thing here is make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed this video and you enjoyed this style, I will be dropping more videos like this more regularly, and I'll break down every single different topic for you so that you guys can really scale to that next level. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.